The man behind 2611 plot in Indian custody. A step closer to 2611 justice. NIA confronts Rana with damning evidence. 18-day NIA custody for Tahawwur Rana. Explosive revelations from US agencies. Intercepted conversation with Headley out. Park terror conspiracy unravels. Top focus at 5 Live.
So the proceedings in the NIA Special Court, they carried on till late last night, around 2 this morning. The NIA, which sought 20 days custody, was finally granted 18 days custody of this Pakistani Canadian terrorist Tahawwur Hussain Rana. And the NIA early this morning actually began the questioning. He's a key accused, he's a key plotter of the 2611 Mumbai terror attacks, in which 166 people from over a dozen countries lost their lives. Now, Tahawwur Hussain Rana was extradited from the United States just yesterday. He knows a lot of details. There are key gaps in the investigations, not just about the enemy across the border, but also about the enemy within and future terror attacks that lashkar-e-taiba had planned as part of Pakistan's so-called Ghazwa-e-Hind. It's one of their fantasies that they want to spread Islam across India, and by force, by sword, they want to kill Indians. We'll also get you details of the conversation that Tahawwur Hussain Rana had with David Coleman Headley about bleeding India through 1,000 cuts, or words to that effect, and celebrating the 2611 Mumbai terror attacks. But first, we get you this report.
NIA begins interrogation of 2611 Mumbai attacks conspirator Tahawwur Rana. The terror accused was remanded to 18-day NIA custody after a late-night court hearing in Delhi that followed his extradition from America.
The court has directed that any medical requirements on his behalf would be taken care of, and comprehensive medical tests would be done when he's taken into custody and before he is brought back into court.
Tahawwur Rana is being questioned at the NIA headquarters in Delhi by a team led by the NIA DG. Sources tell India Today that Rana was confronted with a series of questions prepared by the agency. 2 cameras are installed in Rana's interrogation cell, and his questioning will be recorded. Rana has been kept in a lockup on the ground floor of the NIA HQ. His interrogation cell is located just above the lockup. The terror accused is being served food in the same lockup, and only a team of 12 officers have access to Rana, as per sources. 3 sets of questionnaires have been prepared by NIA. Tahawwur Rana is being questioned on his location on the days of the terror attack and why he was there. Rana is also to be questioned on people he met during his stay in India and why he sent Headley to India on a fake visa. As per sources, the priority is to find out who was Rana's handler in Pakistan, who was funding him, who are the sleeper cells, who are his business partners.
Information that we are getting is India Today gets you that letter dated August 14, 2023, in which the Pakistani embassy in Washington, D.C., United States of America, wrote to its consulate in Los Angeles. It's written, Rana's team's plea against the extradition to India stands rejected, and the consulate should now help keep an eye on Rana's next appeal and further updates, and keep the Pakistani embassy in Washington in the loop. The question we're asking is, when Pakistan has been denying for 2 decades, they've been saying that for 2 decades, Rana had nothing to do with Pakistan and that he was a Canadian national. Why was the Pakistan embassy in Washington, D.C. instructing the consulate in Los Angeles to keep an eye on all developments? We've accessed that letter when Pakistan was desperate to ensure that Tahawwur Hussain Rana does not get extradited to India. Before I get you more on the story, listen in to the white lies of a state sponsor of radical Islamist terror called Pakistan. It's called Pakistan. Perhaps it should be called Jhutistan. Listen in to their Foreign Office spokesperson.
The Tahawwur Rana issue, we have conveyed our position regarding his Canadian nationality. And as far as our record indicates, he did not even apply for renewal of his Pakistani origin documents for the last 2 decades. I reiterate position, we will give further updates in due course.
So I want you to read this letter and a little carefully. And India Today has accessed this letter. I want you to read this and see this, what it says. This is a letter that's dated 14th of August 2023. So if Pakistan was claiming it has nothing to do with Tahawwur Hussain Rana for 20 years, why were they writing letters just a year and a half ago in August 2023? Point 1. Point 2, this is an e-message that's marked most immediate. It's from Washington, D.C., the Pakistan mission in Washington, D.C., their embassy in Washington, D.C., to their consulate in Los Angeles. What's the subject? Possible extradition of Tahawwur Rana to India. This is in continuation of the mission's earlier correspondence on the above-mentioned subject. So this isn't the first such letter. Very clear from this letter that multiple letters had gone out in the past, and this is just in continuation. So Pakistan was tracking these developments very closely. In fact, Pakistan, incidentally, has spent millions of dollars to ensure Tahawwur Hussain Rana does not get extradited to India. We'll also be getting you more details on that in the next several days. Reportedly, the habeas corpus appeal of Mr. Rana, the habeas corpus appeal from his legal team challenging the US District Court decision to extradite him to India has been rejected. And this is where Pakistan starts panicking. Watch that later. The Consulate General is requested to share developments including the present status of the appeal and future steps with this mission and continue closely monitoring the case. If Pakistan has nothing to do with this gentleman, why was Pakistan closely monitoring this case? And we'll tell you on India Today why. Tahawwur Hussain Rana was a captain in Pakistan Army. He was taking instructions from Pakistan's ISI, and Pakistan is now terrified. It's terrified all this information will spill out in public domain, and perhaps in the past, perhaps before 2014, they could have gotten away with blue murder, perhaps like they did after 26/11 when India did not respond to Pakistan's state-sponsored terror. But now they realize there will be consequences. India's effort perhaps would be to ensure Pakistan gets back in the Financial Action Task Force grey list, and that India will try and ensure that Pakistan is treated like an international terror sponsor country and treated as such. Now, Pakistan has a history of lying. That's why it's Jhootistan. It lied on Osama bin Laden being in Abbottabad, barely 200 meters from Pakistan Military Academy in Kakul in Abbottabad. Pakistan lied about Ajmal Amir Kasab being a Pakistani. They claimed he's some Indian initially, some Hindu terrorist as some of them tried to claim, and that was that wider nexus of Hindu terror, that bogey that they spread. Then Pakistan actually claimed that he was a Pakistani who was working in Nepal, had been abducted from Nepal and taken to India. So the extent to which Pakistan lies. So in India, it's a major breakthrough in the 26/7 Mumbai terror attacks. Tahawwur Hussain Rana is now in NIA custody, and he's going to be interrogated over the next 18 days. He'll be interrogated at length. Then the agencies will go back to court and perhaps see a longer interrogation. They'll probably see his custody for longer. They may want to take him to some of the places, including Kochi and Pushkar and Haridwar, where they plan future terror attacks. But the politics on the subject within the country is escalating. We get you more in this report.
Tahawwur Rana, a key conspirator behind the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, is finally in India after more than 17 years. But even before the NIA investigation resumes in full swing, a political slugfest has begun over who deserves credit for bringing Rana back. Opposition leaders are asserting that it was during the UPA regime the groundwork for the extradition was laid.
तो ये बीजेपी का राणा फेस्टिवल चल रहा है क्या? लड़ाई शुरू की थी उस सरकार से, यूपीए सरकार से। आप देख लीजिए, अब अमेरिका ने या उनके न्यायालय ने उनका प्रत्यार्पण 16 साल के बाद किया है। अगर आप में हिम्मत है तो नरेंद्र मोदी को लाइए।
जो बेसिक जो कार्य है वो कांग्रेस सरकार ने किया था, यूपीए सरकार ने किया था, तब वो आज आ पाए और वो आज इस देश के NIA के कब्जे में है।
The BJP has hit back, accusing the Congress of failing to act during its tenure. The ruling party claims that under its administration, a stronger and more proactive approach to national security has been adopted, leading to the pursuit and extradition of key terror perpetrators like Tahawwur Rana.
हिंदुस्तान में एक नहीं अनेकों बम धमाके कांग्रेस की सरकार के समय हुए। कांग्रेस हाथ पे हाथ धर के बैठी रही, लेकिन मोदी सरकार ने विदेशी धरती से भी, विदेशी सरकारों से भी उन गुनहगारों को वापस पकड़कर लाए।
मैं ऐसा मानता हूं कि एक प्रकार से जो हमारे दिल पर बोझ था कि कसाब को तो हमने फांसी दी, लेकिन षड्यंत्र करने वाला अभी बाकी है, तो उसको भी यहां पर लाने का काम ये भारत सरकार ने जो किया है, मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी का आभार व्यक्त करता हूं।
While the fight for credit continues, the extradition of Tahawwur Rana marks a major milestone in India's pursuit of justice for the 26/11 victims. Bureau Report, India Today.
India Today's Shivani Sharma now joins me for more on this big story. Shivani, the interrogation has been on since 11 this morning. What's the latest that you can tell us? What are your sources in the NIA telling you?
Gaurav, it's been almost 24 hours when Tahawwur Rana was extradited to India yesterday evening, and out of these 24 hours, he spent more than 6 hours in interrogation that started today morning. There is a set of questions, around 3 dozen questions that have been framed by the NIA. 12 special officials of the NIA are in this investigation team who will be interrogating Rana, and this investigation is going on at the NIA headquarters where we are present right now. And the lockup that was prepared for Rana, he was taken out from that lockup. He was taken to the interrogation room. The videography, the documentation of the question-answer session goes on. And there are so many cross-verifications that the NIA has to do, because there are already so many evidences in the charge sheet of the NIA against Rana, the way he collaborated and facilitated the terrorist in 26/11 attacks. But majorly, 3 broad subjects have been lined by the NIA officials, Gaurav. One, about the 26/11 attack, about this his association with the Pakistan army, about his association with the lashkar-e-taiba, and the sleeper cells, the handlers who've been helping these terrorists in India, who might be present even now as we speak.
That's a very major aspect, the enemy across the border and the enemy within. Keep tracking that story, Shivani. I will come back to you for more. For the moment, many thanks. Meanwhile, a poster was displayed by local BJP leaders at a rally, and that read, "Everyone will be exposed, all will be held accountable." The message was prominently displayed, reflecting the BJP's enthusiasm, the cadre's enthusiasm following the extradition of Tahawwur Hussain Rana. Leaders in Varanasi, where the Prime Minister is right now, they lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi for ensuring Tahawwur Hussain Rana has finally been extradited to India, showing it as a strong step towards justice and zero tolerance for terror, and Narendra Modi government's strong stance on national security. We leave you with these images